Hey, party people. What's up, everybody? So today I'm going to talk about things that you can do to protect yourself while you're asleep. I've had a couple of different people in my life who are having nightmares or... Wow, I'm so echoey in this room. So echoey in this room. That's why I'm on my bed, is because, we're doing a sleep video. Okay, so a couple people in my life are having nightmares or dream walking, which, if you know what that is, that's like when you might not even realize it, but you're going to different dimensions and stuff while you sleep and on the spiritual plane. So these are different spiritual things you can do to protect yourself. So the first thing you're going to want to do is have a dream journal. That way you can know keep track of what you're dreaming about, and you keep it right next to the side of your bed. Keep it right next to the side of your bed, and with like a pen, and that way you can write down the kinds of dreams you're having and notice any patterns in them, and write them down right when you first wake up. That way you remember them properly. And also you'll see if you're having any repeating dreams, or like if there's certain times of the month that you're having these dreams. And like I was just telling my sister that there's a blood moon coming up. So from like the 20th to the 22nd. So that's going to be intense. It's going to have really intense energy. So yeah, your dreams might go by the moon cycle, or like if you're doing any spell work, just keep a journal, okay? Alright, the second thing you're going to want to do is take a white tea light, or one of those LED lights if you don't like to have stuff burning like while you're falling asleep, or even if you just don't like burning candles, which I love burning candles. I love it. But anyway, so you're going to take a white tea light, and you're going to put it on like your dresser or your nightstand or anywhere that it's going to be okay. And if you do have pets, make sure you burn this like right before you go to sleep. A tea light doesn't take long to burn. It'll burn out, like start an hour before you go to bed. And take this tea light and just ask that it cleanses and purifies the room, and that it takes any kind of negative energy and just kind of swallows it up, and then emits positive energy, the way negative energy is recycled into the earth and turned into positive energy. So you're going to want to do that. And also you can use, like I was saying, the LED ones with the battery, like a white one. Leave that on all night. That'll be like your little light. Also, I know people and myself like to have salt lamps. Like my salt lamp is on constantly. I don't think I ever unplug it. It's always on, just recycling those negative ions and producing positive ones into the atmosphere. So that will help. You might need more protection than that, but that will help. Okay. Third thing, glass of water on your nightstand or your dresser, and you leave that glass out. If you do nothing else, do this, because that's easy. So you take a glass of water and you put it on your nightstand, and you'll notice in the morning it's all like bubbly and everything and stale. But anyway, this water is going to collect any negative energy like a dream catcher, but it's also going to like feed your spirits and your spirit guides and your guardian angels and your animal spirits, whatever, what have you. This water is going to feed them to be able to protect you in the night while you're dream walking, or if you have other things trying to attach to you, like if you have a succubus or an incubus on you, which, trust me, you would know. But anyway, so the very important thing is don't drink this water in the morning, because you're not trying to take whatever is there and put it into your body. You're trying to get rid of it so you can take it and you can go and pour it outside or pour it down your drain, like whatever you want to do, just get it out of the house. And if you pour it outside, you can just pour it onto the grass, and the earth will recycle the energy. That's the best way to do it. But like if you're running really in a hurry and you need to just get your water out, you can put it down the drain too. I mean, just one tip I would give is do not put it in your house plants. Like, if you want to recycle that water, go put it outside in the grass, because the overall energy of the earth can take that and recycle it. But your house plants, like, they're already outside of their natural habitat, which would be outside. So if you take something, and your plants are your defense, like, just like your animals are your familiars, your plants are also your familiars. And, like, Condra Queen gave a really good idea. She said that a lot of her plants are cactuses, because, you know, when there's things, and I got some cactuses, because, like, when there's things coming in to your house that are trying to hurt you or get to you, like, think about how hardy cactuses are, and they're spiky, like, that's going to poke anything away, that's going to get anything out. So, like, we're not trying to take that energy that is collected in the water and pour it into our plants and kill our plants, because no, we want it out. We want it out of the house, right? Also, a good place to put a glass of water is right under your bed. Now, if you're like me and you have a cat who just freaking loves to knock over glasses of water, like, my glasses of water never last through the night, and then it's like you've got this stale water on your carpet, sinking into your carpet, and you have to clean that out. So, anyway, I will take a water bottle and I'll put it under my bed, because that's a really good place to put it, because it's directly under your body while you're sleeping. Also, if your cat or animal is going to knock over your glass of water in the night off of your dresser or your nightstand, a water bottle is definitely something to consider. Yeah, and you can charge up this, like, if you're doing a water bottle that you're going to have for a couple of days, you can put salt in there, you can put herbs in there, anything that you feel will strengthen the power of this water bottle. Okay. This next thing is just something that I did one day, and it's helped me sleep ever since. So, I personally went out to a lake by my house, in, like, the town over from my house, and I left offerings. I left a watermelon, and I left some vegetables, and I left different things for the lake. And if you guys are interested in that, I can totally do a whole video on how I give offerings to the ocean, how I give offerings to different water sources in the name of gods and goddesses. But anyway, so I went and I gave those offerings, and then I asked if I could take some sand, because sand is a very magical thing. It's very grounding. It is of the earth, and we are of the earth. So anyway, I filled up a mason jar full of sand, and I put things in there that I liked. Like, I put in, like, sticks and, like, rocks and some, like, chestnut things, I think, and leaves. And anyway, so I put that in, and then I took black rice, because, like, black is going to get rid of that negativity, and rice is going to be grounding too, and I put that around the outside, and then I put some salt for, like, purification and grounding too. Like, if you're dream walking and you want to stay in your body, you don't want to be out of your body, ground. So that's why all these elements are grounding. And so then I took, or if you feel as though you have entities taking advantage of your body while you're asleep, this is another good thing to do. I took some Mediterranean sea salt, and which is white, and I put that around the edges too, and that's also grounding and purifying. And then I took a little chestnut and put it right in the center. So, I'm going to move this so you can see it. Sorry, guys. Anyway, there you go. It looks like an eye. And, I made it look like the evil eye on purpose, because this is going to send any kind of spirits running. This is going to be your eyes while your eyes are shut. This eye is projecting up, not only grounding and helping you keep in your body, but it's also saying, hey everybody, I see you. Like, my eyes are shut, but I see you. And, like, this is an evil eye up here too, but we'll get into that. Yeah, so that's helped me a lot. I just keep that on this little, like, table next to my bed, and that helps me a lot. And you can look up, like, the meanings and different things of anything that you feel internally guided to put inside a bowl like that, and look it up, and I'm sure, like, the meanings, that the magical or metaphysical properties. That's what you look up, metaphysical properties / magical properties of this herb or rice or salt or whatever. And I'm sure whatever you're connecting to intuitively will have some sort of connection to you in your life. Okay, moving on. This is a really, really important one. Black tourmaline. Everybody talks about this. Everybody talks about this stone because you know why? It sucks up the negative energy. And I actually love to use this, like when I'm doing Reiki on people. This is my wand that I pull out. Like, this will pull anything out of a person, okay? Like, it will just suck it right up. But the important thing about this is you need to put it out on your windowsill to clean. You need to wash it with, I wouldn't wash it with soap and water. This is a very soft stone, but wash it in the light of the sun, in the light of the moon, cleanse it, and let the way you would to a dream catcher. Like, I'm sure all of you have heard that you're supposed to take your dream catchers and put them in the sunlight so that it can kill the nightmares. That's very true. What it's doing is it's charging your dream catcher. So this, I put under my pillow every single night. Every night I sleep with this under my pillow. I also sleep with this under my pillow. This probably seems like a huge thing to have under your pillow, but I need it. Anyway, I like to do both. This is selenite. This is a selenite tower, and selenite is self-cleaning. It's so pure that it's self-cleaning. So I like to put this selenite under my, like, I kind of like to put them like this under my pillows. And I like to have the selenite too because the duality of it, you know, that way I don't have, because a lot of people say put black stones under your pillow, and yes, like, this is some jasper. Like, I like to have black stones under my pillow, but I like to also have the duality and the purity of the white, black and white, as above so below, you know, duality. And really any crystal, this is another selenite wand. Any crystals that make you feel comfortable, throw them under your pillow or sleep with them around you. Like, all night I'm rolling over on crystals and rocks, and like they're ending up in different like spots on my body, and I'm like, whatever. And sometimes I wake up and I've got like a crystal stabbing me, but you know, it is what it is. That's how I like to sleep. Anyway, these crystals are very protective, and they're also grounding, so they can help keep your spirit like tied to your body at night if you don't want to be dream walking. Yes, so black tourmaline, if you, then, like, you can get it in little chunks. I just got this really big one because I was called to it one day, and then I learned all about it and realized what it was, and yeah, so that's black tourmaline. Get it and put it under your pillow. That's another thing, like, if you're going to invest in anything, invest in a piece of black tourmaline. Yeah. Okay. Next thing. Dream catchers, spiritual emblems, crosses made from nails, mojo bags with different herbs, wind chimes. Okay, so dream catcher, that's why I'm like in front of all this, because like this is my little protective thing over me while I sleep. So, another thing I want to say too, like, before I get into all that, is, your tattoos. You can anoint them with oil and ask, like, mine is very protective, very, very protective. So, like, I can anoint it with oil, which that just means putting oil on it. Coconut oil, olive oil is very magical and mystical. Anyway, so you anoint these tattoos with oil, and you just ask that they, you know, you say thank you to them, you say thank you first, always, and then you ask if they would just watch over you and protect you, like, more eyes, these are my eyes when I'm not awake, my eye, even when I don't have my eye on you, I have my eye on you, okay, just know that, whoever you are. Anyway, so you can anoint your tattoos with oil, and just ask that they you know, look out for you and protect you for whatever it is that they're connected to for you. Just ask that they do that while you sleep. Okay, so dream catchers, always good, obviously. But it is important to, actually this one here is a dream catcher too. It's so gorgeous. I'll probably zoom in on it. I think I'm going to make it like the main picture of this video, all that back there. But anyway, dream catchers, make sure you smoke them with sage and with Palo Santo. Take them off your wall. Smoke them with sage and Palo Santo. Get it all if you're feeling like you should do this every so often, every once in a while. And also letting the light and the sun get on them, because that is what's ultimately going to clean them the best. Spiritual emblems, I've got the Ankh, I've got this Om, this really pretty Om symbol. Like, I've got my big brass Ankh here. I'll take that down too if you want to see it. Ugh, I love this. You know, this so, like, reminds me of, like, if I held this up at you, like, demons are gonna flee if I'm holding this up at whoever. Like, get out. Anyway, so this is my oh, I love this thing. My big, beautiful brass Ankh. I've got my Jesus pictures, Jesus and Mary and Saint Joseph and Jesus, Mary, Joseph. They're all up here taking care of me, and that's Jesus, triple Jesus. I used to live with people who thought that was so creepy, and I'm like, are you possessed because you don't like my Jesus art that I made? Anyway, rolls eyes back of my head. Anyway, I made that little thing that's just like my own version of a dream catcher with like different beads and stuff that I like on it. And then I've got, here, let me put these back up before I start taking stuff down. I've got this really pretty evil eye up there. That is going, here, let me show you if you don't know what an evil eye is. Yeah. That is going to ward off. Oh, just holding it gives me such a good vibe. Yeah, get yourself an evil eye, guys, because that will protect you from evil eyes. It will protect you from anybody who wants to do you harm or is jealous of you or, yeah. Also, I made these are crosses out of iron. Iron is hella protective. It's like extremely grounding, and like nails. Jesus was nailed to the cross, okay? So I made a cross out of nails. And what I did was I tied them together with hemp, and then I just kept spiraling it around and around, and then eventually tied it off. And I have 3 of them because 3 is the number of the Ascended Masters. Huh. Okay. And Jesus is an Ascended Master. So that iron, like, I feel a big difference, and that's simple. I went and I bought a big freaking box of nails from Home Depot, and then I had the hemp because I like to make hemp. So it's like that's super simple way to just go out or if like you just go ask like a neighbor for a couple nails, or ask your parents or whoever, like ask your friends. If you don't want to go buy a bunch of nails, literally go look outside. You could probably find a couple nails if you really needed to. That's another thing, red brick dust. Red brick dust is extremely protective. Put that at your front door. Ooh, there's sirens going by right now. Oh, I just scratched my face and now it's all red. Okay, red brick dust. Put it at your door. Yeah. go, and like I can walk out in my backyard and literally find a red brick because I live in a red brick house. Like, I'm sure the more, like, at first you might be like, where can I get these bricks? But the more you look around, the more you'll just see this stuff available. Our ancestors used whatever they had available to them and then gave it magical intent and property. So, yeah, and if you can't find any red bricks around you, go buy a single red brick from Home Depot because you can do that too. Anyway, alright, smoking your house is really important too. Smoke it with sage, smoke it with Palo Santo, and make sure whenever you smoke it with incense, make sure whenever you're smoking this house, or rosemary is really good too. Rosemary is very cleansing and very protective. You can make your own bundles of like rosemary. And maybe I'll make a video on how to do that. But anyway, you can do it with any herbs. Anyway, so you're going to want to smoke it, and when you smoke your house, make sure you crack a window. 1, because you're going to set off your fire alarms. And 2, you want whatever is in your house that you're trying to smoke out, you want to give it a path to get out of. You want to help it get out. So a lot of times when I'm smoking my house, I ask that the smoke from this Palo Santo or the sage or whatever, I ask that it hits every edge and nook and cranny and corner in my house and that it clears it all. But I always say, and it's only when I say this that my smoke detectors don't go off, I ask that it hits every area except the smoke detectors, but that no spirits, no negative energy be allowed to hide within my smoke detectors. And I banish anything that might be living in my smoke detectors or hiding in there, because spirits hide. Like, they hide in your cabinets, they hide where it's dark and like creepy, they like that, so they can hide in there. If you're like, oh, I want this to get every part of my house except my smoke detectors, they're like, okay, well, into the smoke detectors we go. So that's why you have to be clear and say, like, chase anything out of my smoke detectors too, just don't touch them with the smoke, because then they just keep going off. Anyway, moving on. You are especially going to want to, especially going to want to smoke your mirrors, and I mean all your mirrors. Smoke your black mirrors. What I'm talking to you on right now is the fucking black mirror. It's an iPad. Smoke your TVs. Smoke black mirror, okay? Black mirrors used to only be used by like the ancients to scribe, and the messages coming in would be that of a spiritual download. And I just find it so interesting that now we use black mirrors not to scry. I said scribe the first time. Sorry, scry. Scribe is writing. Scrying is like divining. Okay, so we're no longer scrying. The messages are no longer coming from within and without and from somewhere else. Now our messages are being hand delivered to us by whoever decides like what goes on TV, what's going to be online. Like, these messages are no longer being downloaded personally because this is the time we live in. So, like, I'm looking up right now, I've got a TV in my room, but you know what? I have a picture of a couple of my ancestors framed in a mirror frame, a regular mirror frame, underneath it, and I also have curtains that I keep over my TV because I don't need no giant freaking black mirror projecting down on me mirrors are portals, okay? All mirrors are portals, so I don't need no portal projecting down on me while I'm trying to sleep and letting God knows what in and God knows what out, just like traffic system, keep it coming in and out. No, I have got like a nice light tannish curtain over it, and it's behind that. When I'm sleeping, it's not going to be looking at me. Also, if this, like, I have a smart TV, like, I don't need Alexa looking at me or recording me or anything like that. Like, I'm paranoid about that. I wouldn't call it paranoid, but I'm aware of that kind of thing. Like, I'm just not trying to fuck with that. I'm not trying to do that. Like, when I'm not recording videos, I have something over the camera on this because it freaks me out. Anyway, how many times have I said anyway in this video? Okay, so yes, you're going to want to, you can even cover your regular mirrors in your room. I don't have a regular mirror in my room other than the one around my ancestors. But like if you have a mirror just like looking at you and you're like, oh, well that's creepy, you can take a little towel and put it over it, a sheet, anything you want. That way nothing can come in and out while you're asleep and while you're vulnerable. Yes, okay. And the last thing that I would like to suggest that you can do is banishing. Banishing evil and anything not for your highest and greatest good. Asking everything and everyone for yours and your humanity's highest and greatest good to protect you and send you messages and elevate your DNA. So that was a lot. So literally anything that you don't want around, that you feel like isn't good, anytime you get a bad feeling, you can say, and I always put my hands up, you can cross your hands if it makes you feel comfortable, but you're putting out your energy and you're saying, I banish anything that is, I'll do it right now. I banish anything that is not here for my highest and greatest good or the highest and greatest good of humanity or those around me. I ask that all of my guides, guardians, ancestors, and angels that are here for my highest and greatest good and the highest and greatest good of humanity, please come through and protect me and be with me. And if I was about to go to sleep, I would say I please ask for my star family and all of my guides, guardians, ancestors, and angels to please be with me in the night, give me messages that I need to hear and that I need to see, that I can decipher, and also elevate my DNA, please. And you always say please. Okay, because like if you were talking to a human, you'd want to be polite too, right? So you always say please. You always say thank you. You always have to show gratitude, because without gratitude, why is someone or something going to want to help you if you're not thankful? Like, I'm sure you do nice stuff for people and then like you're not doing it for the gratitude, but it makes you feel better when it's received as something that you went out of your way for doing. And when people don't appreciate you or give you the gratitude or show you that, it's very draining and it makes you not want to do nice things to these people. So, yeah. So that's a really good one. Banishing. Like, I used to have this really weird night terror where that me and two other friends were having at the same time when we were actually all recently hospitalized. And like, think about that. Think about the kind of entities that are in and out of a hospital. There's sickness, there's death, there's illness of like the body and the mind. There's mental illness. So like, think about there's a lot of pain. There's a lot of pain in a hospital, okay? So like, you can pick shit up. And we would all have the same dream where it was like, we'd be dreaming that we were in our bed and that everything would start spinning, and it's like you really feel like you're losing yourself, and you're like, I'd be spinning and I'd be in my head, I'd be like, open my eyes, I need to open my eyes, I need to move, I need to like pinch myself, like I need to do something, and nothing was working. Like I would just like wake up and I'd wake up back, I'd think I was awake and I wasn't. I was in my bed spinning again. It's like it was like a dream within a dream, and like never being able to wake up. And I had these two other friends who were having the same dream. It wasn't until and sometimes I would actually wake up and I'd feel this terrible like stabbing in my back, like feeling like someone was literally stabbing me in the back. And I remember like the first time I felt it, I was like, oh my god, this must be how like a little baby feels when they can't get a burp out, because you know when babies have a burp and they like don't know how to express it, they're really scared and they're in pain and they cry. Little babies I'm talking about. So but it was like really bad. It really hurt so bad, and but anyway, so the only thing that did work to make this stop for all of us was literally banishing. That I would say, I banish you. Whatever is making me spin, whatever is keeping me in these dreams, whatever is fucking me up like this, you're banished. You are banished. Banish you in love and light of God and Goddess, and in the loving light of the universe, in the loving light of my ancestors, like love and light only. You're banished, okay? So whatever is fucking with you, banish it, guys. That's what you gotta do. Whew, okay, that was a lot of information. I hope you liked it. I hope this helped some people. And, yeah, I hope you have good dreams. And, oh, I didn't show you what a mojo bag was. So, yeah. Sorry, it's not over! It's just looking like this is becoming a really long video. Okay, so, last thing, guys. Mojo bags. This has helped me a lot. Mojo bags are like little bags like this. And, like pretty little bags. And just be careful with some of these sheer ones because a lot of the herbs will go right out of them. Anyway, so in my mojo bag, I've got a couple different kinds of salt. I've got, looks like marshmallow root, lavender, jasmine, roses, and pepper. Pepper is really good for like protection. But yeah, so this is my mojo bag. This stays hanging on the side of my bed all the time. I've got 2 up in my window, and I also have a wind chime up there because if you can't always smoke your house, a really good way to clean the energy is with a chime because that's nice and easy, and all you have to do is walk by it and chime it, but that like beautiful high frequency is going to shift the energy to a higher frequency. Yeah, so look up different herbs. I have angelica root in this too because it's like angelic. So look up different kinds of herbs and their properties and what they can be good for, and make yourself a little bag. And you always have to put intention in it because if you don't put the intention in it, it's probably not going to help. But you can put crystals in here too. You can put whatever you want. And then got some spray too, like if you can't be smoking your house all the time, you can make an essential oil spray. Like this is sage and citrus, so that's going to be very cleansing, but also sweetening. And I feel good just from putting it on. It just lightens it all. Yeah, and yeah. The other good thing about, like, I've been making a switch to get away from chemicals and just use all this, like, all natural stuff. Like, this is just water, essential oils, and a little crystal in here. So it's like you can literally spray it anywhere. Like, you can spray it on your face, you can spray it, back of your neck is your heart chakra and Reiki, and you have an eye back here. If I'm anointing myself, I'm always spraying the back of my neck because, like, I want my eye in the back of my head to be on point, and I want to protect my heart. Because isn't it funny how our heart is on our back? Like, that's not great. Not great. And then our other heart chakras are in our hands. So we wear our hearts on our sleeves. Okay, now I think that was really the end of the video. If you made it all the way through, thanks. If you liked it, please like. If you feel like it, subscribe. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments. I would love to answer them. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye, guys.